Myers. Fort Myers, you're next, right? From Fort Myers, we're going to go up to Sarasota. From Sarasota, we're going to go to St. Pete. From St. Pete, we're going to go to Tampa and Clearwater, and then straight up, hitting Florida. So there'll be very few areas along the west coast of Florida that are spared. In fact, I don't think what the eye is, right? Sits right in the center. Then basically the diameter, the circumference of that eye is the eye wall. That's the intense part of the hurricane. Then you get the band.
So let me stand that then.
And the storm tries to as you go out.
Just a little storm.
For West Coast Florida is that we did not end up getting a hurricane landfall necessarily. The angle of approach can make all the difference. And a storm that's more parallel.
Hey Mike, how are you guys doing out there? Be honest. We can let me know if you need a second.
That hurt. I'll admit that hurt.
Yes, all right. Let's take it from here in the studio, guys. We're seeing right now Mike Bettis out in Naples, Florida. The eye wall is underway there in the area. We're seeing some incredible winds coming out of this region. 135-mile-per-hour wind gust was reported at the Naples airport just a few minutes ago. You're seeing on your screen right now, that circle is where Mike Bettis is located, and there's that eye wall moving off to the north. We're seeing that eye, the center of circulation that's fairly clear just to the south, moving into that area. Marco Island is where this storm has made land. Wind warnings up for the Naples area. This is Collier and Hendry County. And it's easy to believe that. You're seeing on there, that is Mike Bettis' camera right now, his crew that is in Naples, Florida. And just look at the wind. Look at the trees. They are absolutely getting hammered right now with the eye wall of this storm. Sustained winds at 95 miles per hour. We're gusting up to 135. That is likely not over their direct location, but very close to where they are. We're seeing wind gusts there. And there's Mike back on the screen. But Mike, those extreme wind warnings have been extended off to the north. That eye wall is...
At this point, we're praying for an eye. Once you have to endure one of these eye walls, you never forget it. And with these things, now the most intense of the winds within the eye wall, you start seeing things fly. And that's what we see now. I now start to see portions of, now I start to see portions of trees that are starting to go. I see stuff starting to fly down the road now. I'm going to duck under cover here just a little bit because I don't want to, I'll let the vehicle take the beating, not me. But we'll keep our pictures out there. I'll try to give you a commentary if I can. But see, now we're starting to see things fly. We're starting to see pieces of tree fly. Last thing I want to be doing is standing out there and hitting the noggin with a palm frond. So I'll duck it in for cover here for just a little bit as the most intense of these winds comes on by. Too dangerous to be out there. Just for boy, the car is really rocking now too. That is intense. That is seriously intense. Amazing to see what Mother Nature can do. That is for sure. We think eventually we're going to get into some calmer winds, maybe at least a portion of the eye, and then we will maybe have to deal with a little bit of the backside of the eye wall, but that will be weaker than this. Not to say it won't be strong, but it won't be this necessarily, which is a good thing. So all the damage that Irma may be dishing out as far as the winds go is happening right now. And these images are just flat out scary. I mean, just scary. Right up, yeah, I see more stuff flying now. We're going to stay down low here so that things don't hit us. Our crew is safe. Our crew's all under cover. I've ducked down now into some cover. Just too dangerous to be outside. I do see some low-lying areas now at this location where we are starting to fill up with a little bit of water. That's because we've had such intense rainfall rates right now. And just to give you a little perspective on how we're actually able to broadcast for you, our cameraman is actually inside a vehicle. He's shooting out a window so that he can stay inside and not get blown over himself or get the camera absolutely soaking wet, and we won't be able to bring you any pictures. Look at these winds now, gusting over 130 miles an hour in Naples, and you can barely see anything. It is just a wall of wind and water right now. As intense as Irma is going to be here along the west coast. It's happening right now in Naples. And this is the heart of a Category 3 right here. This is it. This is a Cat 3, and these are the pictures that are real. Marry these pictures with the radar, and those of you at home that are meteorologists, love to watch the weather, put the two of those images together, right? These pictures and a radar, and it sends it home, doesn't it? And you get a total idea of what the weather can do. Irma is just one nasty storm right now. Category 3, making landfall here in southwest Florida. Wind gusts in Naples over 130 miles an hour. And this is the brunt of it. This is as bad as it will get right here, right? But literally in minutes, this will all go dead calm. Amazing to think that will happen. What we're doing is we're working our way closer and closer to the circulation center. The lowest pressure is about to come over us. And at the center of that lowest pressure is the calm. But it's the fury just outside of that that is the beast. This is something to behold. And it's been a long time since a place like Naples has had a hit like this. Yes, we had Irma. It was a big, quick wind maker for us. This is a little bit different animal, for sure.
Yeah, Mike, it's Erica here back in the studio. We're looking at the radar, and the worst of it is very much off to your east. It's hard to imagine looking at your camera right now, but if you look on the radar, we're likely seeing the strongest winds off to your east, so things are not nearly as bad over you as they could be with this system. And just judging by the way Mike is standing, for the people at home, I mean, these winds are easily gusting into the 100-mile-per-hour range. Mike, but that eye wall is just off to the south. I can see here, you're roughly just to the north. We're trying to pinpoint your exact location so I can tell you when that eye wall will be in. But again, it looks like it's within 10, 15 minutes that we could see things starting to change.
That could have been about the longest 15 minutes of my life. Hey, the gusts are so free. The highest gust is so 2-second flight, right? But the problem is now coming more frequently. You get a gust that happens like once a minute. Now you're getting a gust that happens 3, 4, 5 times a minute. The same winds are now elevated, right? So now you're just
Hey, Mike, take a second. You need a second?
yeah, good.
Yeah, so be safe out there, Mike. We're watching now. We're looking at the radar, and I'm here with Brian Norcross and producer Greg Diamond, and we're looking at the worst of the eye wall here off to the east. That center of circulation is off to the south, but we're all discussing, judging by where Mike Bettis is, we could be seeing these conditions persisting for a little while longer. It might not. That eye wall is wobbling around a little bit. Some of those areas might not get as clear as we're expecting. So, Mike, keep you and your crew safe out there. Things may be persisting a little bit longer here than we're liking because we're seeing those stronger values coming in, and it might be a little while.
Mike, it's
All right,
Brian.
thank you. I appreciate the update.
Mike, it's Brian. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the thing is that the eye wall, that the eye is let me put a dot on the map. Put a dot there, Erica, where Mike is. You see that the eye has jogged a little to the right, so you're kind of on the left quadrant of the eye wall. You're definitely in it, but the question is whether the eye is going to miss you by the tiny bit as it moves up toward Fort Myers. It's going to be a close call where you are. I think that the wind will come down because you're going to get out of that northern eye wall into what the radar shows as green. But I don't know that you're going to get the heart of the eye. So Mother Nature may not give you the complete break you would get if you were just a few miles farther to the east.
Gosh, I'd take 50-mile-an-hour winds at this point. Hey guys, I will tell you my exact location. Maybe you can pinpoint it on a map. Naples North Cleaners, 5075 US 41. That's our exact.
We looked you up.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been tracking you, Mike. We looked you up there at the Hilton. You're right by the Hilton, right?
All right.
We're going to get you up on the radar here. We're setting up your exact location so we can get a pretty clear idea. We're seeing those lighter colors now on the radar moving into where our map is showing us where Naples is. But Mike Bettis, so again, is likely up further north along 41 here.
Just a little bit. Just a little up in here somewhere. Is that right, Greg Diamond? Right there, right? Yeah. Yeah, so he's right on 41, but we can see, look at the edge of the eye there. Look at that. So as this is going, it looks like it's going this way. Now it may kind of go up and jog, who knows. But it's going to be very close on this second side, on this west side. Whether he ever gets completely out of the country, once the eye wall gets past, the western eye wall is just weaker. But the thing is, Mike, that the western eye wall, the winds are going to come in from the north, right down 41 at you. What direction are your winds now, Mike?
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Screaming out of the north right now. So I'm facing north, and you're shooting toward the south. That's the way the camera is pointed. So all the wind is directly out of the north right now. You're exactly where that point.
Now you don't have the buildings on either side of the street. They're kind of protecting you. So you're getting this long fetch right down highways. You get that on highways when you're on a broad street. And the wind comes down the street, it just comes down stronger.
Hey, Mike, we're getting some
There are no buildings funneling this wind right now. It's wide open space. And so this is legit wind.
Yeah, Mike, we're hearing now also that the water level has risen up to 3 feet in 18 minutes.
So it's coming in, even with the north wind, it's coming in. Well, so what's happened is...
That is amazing to think that is going to happen. West, right?
Yeah, well, so what's happened is that the wind is north now, and so the wind stress on the water is let up. So the water is just filling back in by its own, right? But now when the wind goes to the west, that's going to push the water. So this is only the first stage of the water coming back on the Gulf side in Naples.
That was always been fear is how much storage will we get. In some sense, a little bit of an unknown because of the angle that this is coming in. We knew what happened. We knew there could be maybe a little bit of a lag. I'm a little bit troubled by what you said that it's already the water rise. We haven't necessarily turned the water out of the west yet, which leads me to believe that we may be realizing the higher end of our storm surge forecast.
Well, we do have one good thing going for us. It's not going to stop the storm surge, but the bottom end of the eye is not as strong as the top. The bottom eye wall, southern eye wall, has been eroded by dry air. So this is and shear. So this is a disorganized eye that you're in the strongest side, not the absolute strongest part of the northern eye wall, but the northern eye wall appears to be stronger. Now, we still...
Yeah. It's hard to tell. Maybe just a little bit. I do start now to take it's. I take a look. Maybe the visibility is just a little bit better. Might be a little bit. I am noticing now. I've been watching the trees. There was one right behind our vehicle. Now there's a palm tree snapped in half now. So now I'm starting to see some damage. Tree damage we can deal with, right? Tree damage is a little bit easier to say than say building damage. If you just cut a tree down, plant a new one, the house is a little bit different. It's going to affect when your house becomes uninhabitable. But for sure, as much as I love you guys, I hate you right now for telling me we did not get that high.
to give you the latest.
So Mike will give you a little good news for your rotation.
Hey, do you see this? See how much lighter it is right now?
Yes.
You see this?
Yes. Yes.
Well, okay, so what that means, Mike, is that the eye wall, the northern eye wall, is pushing past you, and you're getting into the part of the eye wall, what's left of it, that is not as vertical. You know, you don't have many clouds between you and the sunshine. Right?
Yeah, well, I'll take it. It's a glimmer of hope at this point.
Well, and the other thing that's frightening, I was going to say the thing that's frightening, Mike, is that the winds are almost certainly faster, stronger to your east. And so the neighborhoods and the buildings to your east are likely, getting it worse, if you can imagine, than the wind you're in there right now.
Yeah, and that's tough to think about because you think now of how much population we've got on the west coast of Florida from Everglades City and Naples northbound, right? And it's just teeming with neighborhoods. The population is exploding in Florida. So, yeah, to your point there, right? Now we've got a lot more things to hit with the wind, and the wind is more intense inland than it is right here.
As there in your area. And by
right now, so way down from where we had just a few minutes ago. So, even if we're not going to get the eye per se, I think that'll be okay. If we can just get out of the band of the strongest storms associated with that eye wall, it offers some relief. And we've noticed even, before the storm ramped up, the winds weren't, they weren't so intense you couldn't stand it, right? The winds were gusty, sustained at 20, gusting to 40 maybe, with all things considered not that bad. So if we could just get to that moment, which was really, outside of the eye wall, it was just, 20 minutes before the eye wall got there. So you don't have to go far out of the eye wall to start seeing a pretty dramatic drop-off in the winds.
Yeah, that gradient is amazing. It's just truly amazing how quickly things change here. And if that eye, I would love to see what it looked like in Marco Island when that eye clear moved over, because they were smack in the middle of that center. They took on the eye wall, and then they were in the clear.
That would be something to see. As a meteorologist, you're kind of like, oh, man, would have loved to have been in the eye. But, it is what it is. Hurricanes do things. They change, they wobble, they do all kinds of different things. It's sometimes hard to put yourself right in that eye. But it is interesting to see now that the winds have backed off quite a bit. You don't have to necessarily brace myself against the wind at this point, and visibility dramatically improved. But now I start to think about what we talked about quite a bit here, is more the backside of the storm. And if we end up getting that westerly push of wind, then that pushes so much water on shore here. And now we start to think more and more about the surge impacts.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Those